Oh boy, are we in deep. Hey friends, welcome back to the Renewed Homestead. I'm Ben. We got water. We got a lot of water. If you go back a little ways, I know you have seen, we had talked about this old cistern. You can see the old cement tank here where the water seeped in and they ran over to the overflow. It stopped working. I mean, there was a trickle or two. And when they were cutting our logging roads up here that you just recently saw, all nice and green and grass growing and doing really well, they dug out the old cistern. There's a great big black walnut tree that was here, and we believe that the roots had shifted the ground under here, and so the water wasn't running into that tank anymore. Well, fine, so they dug, and they dug, and they dug, and we finally got down here to this harder rock, and I know you can't see it from there, and I'll try to bring you in where you can, but the water's just running out of there, and it's also running out from right there. You can probably see that if you look real close. I'll bring you in closer so you can see it. But the guys that came up to start the foresting, the logging roads and all that, they were coming up with the excavator, and I asked, hey, would you mind taking a couple scoops out of here? Because let me take a step back. When they were doing the logging roads and they dug this out, well, before I could get in here and get my pipe in and the concrete set, we got a bunch of rain and this wall of mud filled in. So I've not been able to do anything, both because of time and two, I didn't want to have to dig that all back up with the shovel. So 4, maybe 5 scoops later with that excavator, man, they cleaned this out. And that was just yesterday. It's less than 24 hours and this is just crystal clear water. This is beautiful. So we want to get the cistern back up. I've got the concrete, I've got the piping, I've got a rubber mat, and I'm just going to record as I do this. I've never done it before, so we'll learn together. I've got instructions on how to do it. I'm just hoping I do it right. But yeah, that's a lot of water coming in here, and so let's get started. Oh, and by the way, we've got a rainstorm coming tomorrow, so I've got to do it today, or I'm going to have the same problem and I'm going to have to dig it out again. So let's get going. Like a goat, maybe. I've got good balance. All right, all I'm trying to do right now is smooth out the walls a little bit, give myself a place to stand, because now I can just put the concrete on there. Doesn't have to dry before it gets wet. This is the high strength concrete mix. It will get solid. Hopefully get solid before the rains come. Actually, it will, because we'll get the pipe. Well, let me step back a little bit. I've got the walls there. Before I put the concrete in, I'm going to put the pipe down in here, make sure we've got enough area for that pipe to sit. Then I'll put the concrete in, and then we're going to put pebbles and rocks around that pipe to keep the weight of the dirt, because this is all going to get smoothed out over the top of it from crushing those pipes. So next step is the pipe, and this is corrugated, non-perforated, or no, I'm sorry, corrugated perforated pipe so that the water can seep in, and that concrete will help the mud from washing back in too. So that's what we've got. And there's so much water flowing, you can just see the muddy water that I just mixed up already flushing on out that pipe. And that's just a piece of 2-inch pipe going out that way. I've probably got 20 feet of it right there. That will be adjusted after we get this set up and done. Then we can cut it off, cap it, not cap it, but what, you know, guide it, whatever we want to do with it from there. But that'll be a whole different video. Good grief. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Belle. No, 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 no. Come down that way. There you go. Good girl. It's deep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, you're messing up my mud. Come on, get it. You can do it. Come on. You're messing up my mud. You're messing up my mud, baby girl. You're really messing up my mud. Get it? All right, I'll get it. I don't know if I can get it from over there. All right, out you go. Get out, 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 out. Okay, out you go. Careful, careful. There you go. There we go. Thanks, Belle. Just a puppy that wants to play. It's all right. It's all right, huh, Belle? Oh, you put it back in. Now that was intentional. One drop is one thing, kiddo. I'm cutting this out. This is going to slip under the white 2-inch pipe, just so that the pipe is inside of the white exit pipe is inside of the collection pipe. I don't know what the right terms are. I'm just trying to get it done before before it gets any later. But anyway, that'll slide right in there. Right up snug. And that way too, I'll know that nothing should be able to get in here anyway, but that will also keep anything from getting in and blocking the overflow pipe, the exit pipe overflow, whatever you want to call it here. Okay, I want to go ahead and get this bank concreted up around here, just around the dam side, the dammed up side. All right, well, got the edges concreted in. That should set up fairly quickly. It's not thick, just enough to keep the mud from washing back in. And pipes in, so we can see, you know, we've got plenty of water there. I'm gonna have to backfill with some stone. And this whole thing, I've got a great big sheet of plastic, of rubber. It's what they use on roofing as an alternative to tar paper. But great big sheet of that. I will cover that. Then we'll put stones over the top of that to weight it down. And I don't know, maybe this won't get backfilled too much. I mean, probably over time, but I guess I'll have to consult with some of my local friends and see what the best way to do that is beyond this. But I'll bring you back when I'm ready to to get the stones in there and the rubber mat over the top. But that's what we've got for now. So yeah, my first time doing it, can you tell? With a little help from Belle, of course. I know she wants me to throw to bone. So. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, friends, welcome back. We're back at it. Here's our water cistern. That's the old one. And why are we going to all this effort if we've already got one? Well, the water stopped percolating through the rock into here. And over the years, trees grow up, roots get down, and they'll shift the rocks and stuff. So water that was once seeping up going this way, rock gets blocked, and now the water goes this way. Well, it was that, or the property above us, they put in a bunch of boxwoods. So certainly at some point they were doing some grading work to get those boxwoods planted, and maybe that shifted it. I don't know, but that wasn't working. So when the guys were up here doing our logging roads that you've seen, I asked them about, could you dig around here and see if we could figure out where the water was? And they dug and dug and dug and got all the way down here. Well, I ran and got the concrete to reinforce the walls and the rubber top and the hose and the gravel. Anyway, I got all that. Well, then it started raining and raining and raining, and the sides fell in. And rather than spend 2 days trying to dig that out in the mud, I just had to set it aside. Other priorities, things going on. So the loggers are here, and they were coming up with the excavator. I'm like, hey, would you mind stopping and just pulling out a couple of scoops? Well, he took out about 4 or 5 good scoops out of here, got us right back down to rock. And before it starts raining again, I want to get this thing done. So Belle's over there panting away. It's a warm day, and yeah, the bugs are out. So this is certainly not a how-to video. People ask, how do you know how to do this? Well, I ask around, what's the best way to do this? And the best advice I got was, grab some concrete, put it around where it's loose mud. This is all pretty solid rock along here. And get your perforated pipe. This is what, a 20 foot? No, this is a 50 foot? I think it's a 50-foot piece of perforated pipe, coiled around, as you will see or have seen in the previous part of this video. And I put some big rocks down on it, some flat ones, to hold it down because it just wanted to float. And then that way I could get the gravel around this. And I put some bigger rocks in the middle to help occupy that space, because we don't want when I put that rubber mat on there, and you'll see that in a minute, I get that rubber mat down, a lot of this dirt's going to come back down on it, and we don't want that dirt seeping down in, and we certainly don't want it crushing the corrugated pipe, because all this would be for nothing. So I've got the rocks in, I've got the gravel in, it's starting to clarify. I mean, you can see this right here. We've got a lot of water coming out from this rock right here, which is what used to pipe into there. Plus we've got that water coming out of there, and I do believe I recorded that earlier, so you should be able to see that. But I think we're at a point now, I'm going to try to scoop off a couple more floaties here that were in the rocks and stuff that I put in, and we'll get that rubber mat down on here, and it's just about be able to call it good. So let's get that done and see where we're at, right? And like I said, this is not a how-to video, just I'm doing what I was told. Oh, and let me mention too, I think I said it before, but the perforated pipe, I cut a slot in it. Yeah, you'll see that too, and that's where the 2-inch pipe goes through underneath the little dam here underneath the concrete. And at the other end of that 2-inch pipe, we can do whatever we want once this is done. So let's clean it up, get that mat on here. All right, I don't know how else I can prepare this any better, so I'm going to get this mat on here, and just about there then. All right, Belle? Right? So it is 2-inch PVC, and I just a couple of adapters and a hose adapter so I can put a piece of hose on there. Let me show you what happens when I cap this. I mean, I haven't properly sloped this or anything, but that's pretty decent water flow. And certainly I'm not going to drink it now because we've stirred up all those rocks and dirt and all that stuff. It's going to take a while for this to wash through, but a lot of water everywhere and lots of drops to drink. Isn't that beautiful? All right, I think what I'll do is put some rocks under this flap right here against this wall, right along under there, so it stays tight against this. And then I'm not going to cover this up for right now. I want to talk to the guys that are doing the logging. They were one of the folks that were confirming what I had been told I'm regurgitating, and they confirmed it. I just want to see if there's anything else I need to do, and then maybe they'll just come back down with that excavator and kind of smooth this out a little bit for us. But anyway, that's it. And you know what? Let's talk about this for one more second here. And I'm sorry if I'm being redundant, because when I started this project, it was let's see. Well, they did this when we started putting the barn posts up, so you know that's been a little while. But why is this important? You know, 2 is 1, 1 is none. The whole redundancy thing. Well, you know, we've got a well, but it's either 230 or 320 feet deep. So if we lose power, we don't have water. This cistern, yeah, and you've seen way back in our videos, we were going when our pipes froze in the well house. We were going down to the pond, scooping up 5-gallon buckets of water to flush the toilets. You know, we had water in 5-gallon jugs that we keep inside anyway, so we were okay on that end. And of course, we've got creeks, but this water will be clean, very, very clean. We can coming out of the ground, and then once it's out here, we can pipe it all the way down to the house, which is eventually what we want to do. But this is just an alternate passive water source for us. It'll gravity feed way on down to the house, to the barn, wherever we need it to. So that's why we're doing this. That's why this is getting a little bit of prioritization here on kind of, sort of. But anyway, it's about done. I hope this all fits back together because, like I said, it's been a while since I recorded and then stopped, recorded, stopped, and now we're finished. How's that? So, you know, go down there and give us a thumbs up, because filming this and doing this is not exactly easy. So I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and even a comment of a smiley face would be great. But, you know, let me remind you, we've got our get-together in October. That's the 5th in Burnsville. You can go into renewedhomestead.com and go to events and register for that. And then we can give you all the details of location, etc., and so forth. And while you're there, go over and get yourself a hori-hori knife and some comfrey root. And there's still a little bit of a comfrey plantain sap left too. Good stuff, which I'm going to need tonight because the bugs are eating me here. All right, everybody, take care. God bless. Please pray for us. You know we're praying for you. We'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.
Make it so.